Okay, so you had asked about the role of, well, you'd asked this question. Explain the role of the right IFG or VLPFC in inhibitory control. Explain how this is measured in a cognitive psychology task like the go-no-go task. How would damage to the right IFG impact behavior in this type of task? So, alright, so first of all, let's make sure we know where it is. So we have the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, and that includes the area superior to the inferior frontal sulcus, includes the middle frontal gyrus, superior frontal sulcus, and the superior frontal gyrus. So that's the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. And then the ventrolateral prefrontal cortex includes the area inferior to the inferior frontal sulcus. So here's the inferior frontal sulcus. So the area inferior to that is the VLPFC, and that includes the inferior frontal sulcus itself, the inferior frontal gyrus, the IFG, and that's the part that we're going to be talking about here. And it says the left IFG approximately corresponds to Broca's area, but of course you also have a right IFG. So the ventrolateral prefrontal cortex comprises the more inferior portion of the PFC. So you have the prefrontal cortex. The ventrolateral prefrontal cortex is the most inferior part of that. And in particular, we're looking at the IFG. And then the question was, explain the role of the right IFG, ventrolateral prefrontal cortex, in inhibitory control. So, the right inferior frontal gyrus. So, the region of the lateral prefrontal cortex that is most associated with inhibitory control of action is the right IFG. So the right IFG, which is the right ventrolateral prefrontal cortex, is most associated with inhibitory control, so keeping you from doing something. And if it is damaged, you would expect perseveration. Perseveration means that you keep doing something when you should stop doing it. And then how would that, what behavior would you predict in a go-no-go task? Well, what is the go-no-go task? So let's make sure we know that. It's in here somewhere. No, it was. I think maybe I have it open. Yeah. Okay, here's the go, no-go task. So what you're supposed to do is if an orange square appears, press the space key, and if a blue square appears, do nothing. So you just watch, and there's an orange square, you press the space. Blue, you do nothing. So what the go-no-go task measures is impulsivity, like how much you want to continue to do something, and it is the IFG that allows you to keep from doing something after you've pressed the key a whole bunch of times. You want to keep pressing it, but then the inhibitory control would be to help you not press the key. And so if your right IFG is damaged, then you would perseverate. You would keep doing it even when it was not time to do it. And then there were other examples of perseveration. Let me show you. So there was this example for Jim Brady, who was shot. So you'll notice that they were told to copy this, and they just like kept copying it. Or here it was square and then triangle, but they just kept doing triangles. And then Jim Brady, who had a brain injury, you can see where he's making the B. He just puts the whole bunch of little bumps in there.